So I want you to imagine walking into a high-stakes corporate boardroom.
Okay, setting the scene.
Right. It's 2026, and the CEO is standing at the head of this massive mahogany table. She's, presenting the financial projections for the next quarter.
Standard corporate stuff.
Exactly. But here's the catch. She is wearing track pants.
Oh, wow.
Right. Like 10 years ago, if she did that, she would have been quietly pulled aside by HR.
Oh, absolutely. They would have handed her a cardigan and sent her home.
Right. But today, in this scenario, she is undeniably the best dressed, the most authoritative person in the entire room. You are basically witnessing a complete subversion of, well, everything we thought we knew about dress codes and professionalism.
It's really a phenomenal shift in visual communication.
Yeah.
We are watching these traditional boundaries just completely dissolve, but they aren't dissolving into chaos, you know.
Yeah.
They are reforming into this highly sophisticated, really deliberate new language of contrast.
Which brings us to welcome you to today's deep dive. We are plunging into a massive 2026 style guide from Apparelizer.
It's a great piece of source material.
It really is. It breaks down the single most defining trend of our current cultural zeitgeist. So our mission for you today is to basically decode how two seemingly violently opposed items, the retro track pant and the delicate kitten heel, have somehow merged to dominate the way we dress right now.
Yeah, it sounds like an oxymoron when you say it out loud.
It totally does. And even more critically, we are going to extract what this bizarrely perfect pairing reveals about, well, the future of human clothing in general.
Because on the surface, throwing an athletic garment together with luxury footwear sounds like a chaotic mistake.
A total mess.
Right. You have the track pant, which carries decades of cultural baggage, associated with sweat, exertion, locker room.
The gym class special.
Exactly. And then you have the kitten heel, which was born out of this mid-century elegance, cocktail hours, and honestly, pretty restrictive societal expectations.
Right. They exist in completely different universes.
So forcing them to share real estate on the same body, it really should short-circuit our visual processing.
Okay. Let's unpack this. Because whether you meticulously curate your closet every Sunday, or you just blindly grab the first clean shirt you see on a Tuesday morning, the mechanics making this trend work are just a masterclass in modern tension.
They really are.
And the entire aesthetic hinges on a very specific foundation, which is the revival of the 1970s, 80s, and 90s athletic track pant. And Apparelizer makes it very clear we are not talking about those featureless, monochromatic sweatpants from the early 2020s.
Oh, no. Those early pandemic-era joggers were all about retreating from the world, really.
Yeah, just hiding on the couch.
Exactly. But the pieces anchoring 2026 fashion, they're about stepping back into the world with unapologetic volume.
Yeah, they are loud.
Very. The guide points to very deliberate vintage signifiers. So we are looking at bold, geometric side stripes that create this harsh, vertical vector down the leg.
Right, like those classic racing stripes.
Yes, and we're looking at relaxed, swishy nylon and lightweight poly blends that, they physically catch the air as you move.
It's all about the movement, and the color palettes in the guide are incredibly specific, too.
Yeah, they don't want you just wearing heather gray.
Exactly. The source highlights things like vintage navy, stark black / with thick white stripes, these really abrasive primary colors, and even washed-out pastels.
Which is such a specific vibe.
It is. But the real shocker in the Apparelizer guide isn't the pant itself. It's the geography of where these pants are suddenly permitted.
Right, where you can actually wear them.
Yeah. They are showing up at Sunday brunches, high-end retail shopping districts, smart casual offices, and even formal evening galas.
It's everywhere.
But I have to play devil's advocate for a second here.
Go for it.
If we are normalizing wearing gym clothes to an evening event or, a quarterly business review, aren't we just disguising laziness as fashion?
That's a fair question.
Are we just exhausted and slapping a designer label on our refusal to put on real trousers?
What's fascinating here is that wearing a track pant in 2026 actually requires significantly more intellectual effort than putting on a traditional tailored suit.
Wait, really? More effort?
Oh, absolutely. Laziness is wearing gym clothes because you lack the energy to engage with your wardrobe, right?
Right, just throwing on whatever's on the floor.
Exactly. But what Apparelizer is documenting is a concept they call everyday luxury. And it's entirely rooted in recontextualization.
Recontextualization. Okay, so you mean we are purposely wearing the wrong thing in the wrong environment just to prove we possess enough social capital to break the rules?
That is exactly it. It is a massive flex of sartorial intelligence.
Wow. A flex.
Yeah, think about it. When a professional wears a vintage navy track pant with a side stripe to a high-level meeting, they are taking an item historically coded for physical exertion.
Sweating, basically.
Right. And they are forcing it into a theater of professional or leisurely luxury. They are signaling that they understand the legacy rules of formality so intimately, that they can completely rewrite them without losing an ounce of authority.
It's the ultimate power move.
It really is.
You are so in control, you don't even need a wool crepe trouser to command respect.
Exactly.
But a nylon track pant is inherently unstructured, right?
Right.
Like if you pair that relaxed, swishy pant with a ratty collegiate t-shirt and, I don't know, a pair of running sneakers.
Then you instantly cross the threshold from everyday luxury right back into forgot to do laundry.
Right. The tension just completely collapses.
Yes, the whole illusion relies on a highly specific counterweight.
Which brings us to the core contrast of this 2026 aesthetic. The anchor that legitimizes the entire operation.
Right, the footwear.
Exactly. The equation Apparelizer outlines is basically sporty plus feminine equals modern fashion balance. And the chosen weapon for that feminine injection is, of course, the kitten heel.
The kitten heel.
But my initial thought reading this was, if we want to aggressively elevate a casual athletic pant, why not just go all the way? Why not a massive, aggressive 6-inch stiletto?
Well, a towering stiletto pushes the contrast past tension and straight into caricature.
Caricature, right. Like it's too much.
Yeah, it becomes a cartoon. Think about the physiological reality of a stiletto. It completely alters the wearer's center of gravity.
Oh, totally. You have to stand differently.
Exactly. It forces a rigid, careful posture. But the track pant demands a relaxed, fluid gait. So if you put a stiletto under a track pant, the body language is literally fighting the garment.
Oh, that makes so much sense. The clothes are telling you to relax, but the shoes are telling you to tense up.
Precisely.
Hmm.
So the kitten heel is the diplomatic intermediary. It provides a subtle, practical lift and a really sharp silhouette, but crucially, it preserves the wearer's mobility.
It's kind of like culinary flavor pairing.
Oh, how so?
Like when a chef combines sweet and salty. A track pant with a sneaker is a purely salty dish that's one note, totally expected, incredibly basic.
Sure. Yeah.
And throwing a ball gown over a high heel is purely sweet again, one note. But introducing the kitten heel to the athletic pant, it creates that complex sweet and salty contrast. It's basically the salted caramel of fashion.
The salted caramel of fashion, I love that. But it actually goes even deeper than flavor profiles. It's practically structural engineering.
Structural engineering. Okay, break that down for me.
Well, you are essentially putting a load-bearing marble pillar underneath a relaxed canvas tent.
Okay, I can visualize that.
Consider the physics of the outfit. You have this loose, voluminous, deeply casual shape cascading down the leg, right?
Right.
If you terminate that cascading fabric with a chunky, flat sneaker, the eye is dragged downward. The lower half of the body registers as heavy and unrefined.
The sneaker just grounds the outfit way too much. It drags it down.
Exactly. But when the eye travels down that relaxed, sporty drape and suddenly collides with the sharp, polished architectural point of a delicate kitten heel, the visual friction is spectacular.
It wakes you up.
It really does.
Yeah.
And that collision represents the psychology driving the current consumer. Because for decades, the industry presented this false dichotomy,
Like you have to pick one or the other.
Right. Either you can be comfortable in your sweatpants but invisible, or you can be highly visible in your luxury heels but in absolute physical agony.
And 2026 fashion